Now I'm going to teach you the basics on how to use the Optimill and potentially the Optimill if you decided to get one. Super simple with the Optimill. It's mainly used if you want to simulate like pushing a grocery cart or a lawnmower and you want that extra stability. You don't want to have the motor going out of control. It's really simple. All you do is you step up on the base side here, very secure side, step on the other side on its own, hold on with both hands, and step onto the belt itself. There is nothing stopping the belt. It'll actually go whenever you're ready to go. All you need is a counter force. So as soon as you hold on here, you can actually engage the glutes and the hamstrings, and sure enough, you're starting to walk. If you want to stop, you simply stop, let go. There's no touching the monitor, nothing. If you happen to misstep on the side, like there, the treadmill automatically stops. So again, I'll show you really quick. I'm walking along, I misstep, the treadmill stops. You don't have to worry. If you want to pick up your speed, you could go to a jog or to a walk. Simply to stop, you take your hands off, stand up upright, and then to dismount, you simply hold on to the sides and step off. That's the most simple way to use the Optimill for basic walking movements. Now it starts getting really excited when we introduce the Optimill. Since the Optimill is super easy to move, you'd pick it up by the back handles, lift it up, and drop it on to the rails of the Optimill. You might have to do a little bit of adjusting to make sure that everything's straight. Now, the next key piece you're going to need to have is the base slastic along with the universal swivel belt. Now let's learn how this works. I'm going to step right here on the treadmill, the Optimill. Now this was actually going to attach to my waist. The belt's going to attach to my waist. It'll adjust to different sizes with a dual adjust buckle on it, so I can make it large or small by pulling on either sides of the belt. Once that's in place, the other end has an adjustable strap I'll show you how to use in just a second, but the carabiner clip that's on the end of this slastic piece can then connect to an eye bolt or to another rig or something super sturdy that's not going to move. But if you want the portable anchoring solution, that's where the Optimill comes in. So I would connect the base slastic to about the waist height of the individual who's on the Optimill. Simply connect it here, and then I'm going to position myself as I start to walk forward. And if my feet are engaging too far front up here, I'm going to want to move myself back. To move myself back, I simply just grab this adjustable strap and position myself by pulling back and shortening the strap between the anchoring position and me here. When I'm walking, I want to make sure that my foot always lands on flat surface. So once you're in this position, you've got everything connected the right distance from here, you got your belt on. A lot of people, when they're learning the basics of this, they'll have the belt on, but they're first going to learn by holding on to the handrails. They're going to start to realize they actually have to engage their glutes and their hamstrings to drive themselves forward. They can't just let their foot land on it like a regular treadmill and have their foot move back. They actually have to drive it back. It'll feel pretty much similar to walking or to running outside. Once that happens, they can kind of let their hands hover till they feel comfortable. Once they're in that position, they should be able to walk. There's going to be a slight tilt forward so you can get the proper lean to it like you would in jogging or running. And then once they get the feel for walking and got good balance, I suggest they pick up their speed to a jog, then slow down because they can feel the acceleration and deceleration of the Optimill. Once they've learned that, let's go to a little bit faster pace. Okay, now I'm feeling much more comfortable. I've slowed down. I learned the acceleration and the deceleration of the treadmill. And then I can go to as fast as they feel like they want to go. And then they simply slow down. Now, eventually, I'm just going to tighten this up a little bit for me. Eventually, the goal is to learn how to walk, jog, sprint. You can eventually learn how to shuffle backwards, run backwards, turn and run. You can skip, and a whole bunch of other things with the Optimill. Super simple, super easy to use. Never have to change the speed on here. Never have to worry about flying off the back. Simply get on, Give yourself a counter force, whether holding here or from the tail, and you allow yourself to go at any speed you want. That's how you use the Optimill and get started.